you can catch it on there, and we'll fast forward through the beginning. What did I do here? I don't know how to shut this off. There we go. All right. So welcome. We have our main topic tonight is behind the scenes. This is part of our weekly episode. This is number 170. You can catch previous episodes on our YouTube channel. Just search Jen Gear on YouTube. I created it as easy as possible so you can figure out where it's at. But I love a little humor. We got to lighten up the day, right? The world's too serious, but this is pretty funny. Personally, I preferred it when you left the house to go shopping and all the stuff didn't show up at the door. How funny is that, right? I prefer in-person shopping myself. I've started shopping a few things online, but how about you? Do you prefer in-person or online, or a little bit of both? But my name is Jen Gear. I don't know what this square is doing on the side here. That's weird, but anyway, image not found. That's weird. Technology, but I prefer a little in-person to online, but I've been with Paparazzi since 2011, but in network marketing since 2006. And I truly enjoy teaching, training, things like that. Our main topic tonight is behind the scenes, but we're going to talk all about the quick shopping, setting up your system so it's cheap, so it's easy to duplicate. So you got to keep it simple, because if you don't keep it simple and it's hard, hey, Christina, if it's hard or complicated, you're going to be like, nope, this ain't working for me. Nope, I'm not making enough money. Nope, nobody's buying from me. Nope, I could keep going on. When it's complicated, we find other things to do and we find excuses to not make it work. Okay, so you want to keep it simple and duplicatable. I am the queen of overthinking things. So over the past few years, it's really been tough to try to just say, no, that's too complicated. You're not going to do it again when you're tired. So today we're going to teach you some fun tips, and you can use this really in any business that you do. There are so many different ways to sell whatever product you do. I sell jewelry. Lots of people that catch these videos are part of my team, but doesn't matter what business you're in, you can learn from each other. Tonight, like I said, we're going to focus on the quicker ways, wall shopping, things like that. Fast and easy. A lot of people now, if you have not heard, have an attention span way shorter than a goldfish. So you have to keep it quick, interesting, and fun, right? Hi, Tammy. So my favorite tools that I use all the time are these plastic numbers. Man, I've probably had these plastic numbers for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. I've lost a couple along the way. I'm missing number 15. I swear a gremlin ate it, but they're less than $10 on Amazon. They're portable, they're hard plastic. They have the reverse number on the other side. They have the punched holes. So if you use a pegboard system, you can hang that on the pegboard. If you use a countertop system, if you're in your car, there's so many options for these. They're definitely worth the investment to do any sort of selling, whether you're just taking pictures or actually hitting that live button on there. The next thing is lighting. Lighting is so important, and it's so cheap. I mean, Walmart has the little lights that go on. I'm looking around to see if I have any around me, but that clip on your phone, and just the difference in lighting is so huge. I really encourage you, when you're doing pictures, if you're taking a picture of something, to use a light. This one, I'm surprised it's not broke. I've used this one for a couple of years, dropped it multiple times. The piece that's in the center here, it moves either way, and you can just put your phone in there. It's not my favorite because it doesn't stretch. You kind of have to tighten it, but it's about an 8-inch light. I think I spent $20 on this one, but I've gotten my value out of it. I have it on an extension cord and I drag it around my room. I use it everywhere. I'm using it right now behind my computer just so it lights it up. But this thing it's totally worth it. But lighting is so big. All right, next one, we've got numbering your walls. So when I reset my jewelry room, hey Retta, About 3 years ago is when I started doing this. 3, maybe 4 years ago. I rebuilt my jewelry room and I put pegboard everywhere. Now, I had the space. We had a spare bedroom that was collecting junk. Not everybody does. So this is an idea. And I have a few other ideas for you. If you're like, Jen, I don't have that space. Okay. I only have XYZ. Well, we're going to help you get creative. Okay. But I put these numbers next to these little black things are J hooks. I like the ones that curl under. I don't like the straight ones. So on the right-hand side are the locking J hooks. So that means when you put it in the pegboard, it sticks. Okay. And I used letters on each board. I realized you really don't have to do that. You can if you want. When I do a live show and they're shopping my wall, I really only do one color, like purple earrings, blue earrings, green necklaces. I don't go all across the room because the shaking of the phone and moving constantly, it was not ideal. So I focus on shorter videos that are wall shopping and just a small amount of jewelry. So you can add the letters if you like. I don't use them anymore. I just tell my customers to comment the number that they see. And as I'm showing the jewelry, I'll say this is number 271, this one's 270. And I like to count up. That's another tip. Count up. This is 70, 71, 70, 272. Your brain remembers more. Kind of like over here, I would go to the left because it counts up 60, 61, 62 and describe the jewelry. That's just a tip. The other thing is when you are if you create a wall like this, do it with your earrings, the longest ones, because I didn't count the correct amount of holes to put my pegs in. And I have a couple rows that are too short and they cover up the other numbers. Those are tips where I screwed up. Next one is shoe organizers. I love these for bracelets. I used to have my bracelets on the pegboard wall, but I found when you get wraps and bangles, and if you get duplicates of them, it was a wonky mess and I didn't like it. So I use these shoe organizers that are clear. Again, I use those plastic numbers. I just slide them in the front of the shoe organizer. And then I do my live show from right to left, back and forth is how I do it if I have 2 shoe organizers. I do have a video on YouTube on how I created these. If you want a copy of that, drop shoe organizer down below and I'll make sure to tag you in that video. But basically you take a hanger, which I know you can't really see in this image, and I just zip tied. I used 2 hangers, zip tied these. The shoe organizers were at the time $5 at Walmart, super cheap, and it was fun to create these. And then I hang them on a bar in my jewelry room. That way you can see those. Rings, this is one of the tips that you can use for rings when you're doing a fast show. You can use those same plastic numbers I showed you, or you can print out smaller ones. Andrea Hutchinson, United Fashionistas, if you Google her, she has them on her website and you can print them. She's wonderful. She has so many tips on her page. But this I thought was a great tip that you could show your rings in the ice cube tray. For me, with my rings, I usually set them out on the counter and go that way with them. Just depends on how I'm feeling that day. Sets sell, and we will have an entire training on sets and how to create them without thinking too much into it. But countertop sets, they sell. Countertop shows sell. Why? Because it's somewhat quick and you can lay them out on a space. This could be your kitchen counter. So if you're telling me, Jen, I don't have the space for all of this stuff, you have a kitchen counter, right? Maybe you have a kitchen table. If not, do you have a floor? Yeah, we all do. So there are so many ways to do this. Countertops, you can set them out, set your numbers next to them. Always have a number with everything, any live show that you're doing. Have a number so people can comment those numbers. 90% of people will watch your live show in silence or your replay show in silence. So if you're doing a replay show, make sure your captions are turned on so they can just read your lips versus having to listen to you. Just a pro tip there. This is a book display idea. If I remodel my room, this is what I'm going to do. It would take up lots less space. And this, how to do this is on Google as well. The Brittany Frank's Divas created one of these. It's pretty awesome. And it just basically is a 2x4 along the back. This one looks like a metal attachment to it, but you can create this super simple and it would take up very little space. The reason to hang your jewelry is so you can see what you have. Everybody does their inventory separately, differently, excuse me. Mine is out. So I know how many of each I have by visually looking at them because I'm a visual person. Other people might have one of each necklace out so they can show them off. And then they can look on their inventory site to see how many they have. That is completely up to you. I prefer visually seeing what I have. So that this, if I redo my room, this is what it's going to be, some sort of system like this. So then you can move it back and forth. And if you think about it, you could have a live show and just do this board and then maybe do acrylics and then maybe do pinks or blues, all of those things. You can really mix it up and have fun with it. If you have an enclosed trailer, this is a snapshot of a 7x14 enclosed jewelry box that I owned. You can put those little numbers on the walls as well. So that way, the reason you put the numbers on the wall is because you can just turn on your phone and you don't have to even be in your video, and you can scan your wall with your phone talking about the jewelry. And then you're done. You could be done in less than 3 minutes and show 25 pieces of jewelry. People love that. There are plenty of people that love to shop the quick shows, right? They love just something quick or looking through photo albums. Sometimes a 1 hour, 2 hour long show doesn't entice people to shop. So this is an idea as well. If you want to open up a mobile store, you can do something like this. I had mine for 5 years and did outdoor events. I did home shows. I did bowling alley thing. I did so many different events with this trailer, and it was a lot of fun, and you can get very creative in it. You can find more of these ideas on Pinterest as well. This is a snapshot. If you have a larger space and you're flipping around, you can show obviously your pictures like that so people can shop that way. If you would like a copy of today's show notes, drop your email below or DM me your email. If you're part of my team, you will automatically get these on Wednesday mornings with all of the tips and tricks and a recap. I do have a YouTube website where all the YouTube videos will go. And then I also have my regular website where I'm putting all of the show notes and replay links. I do want to share, this is what I use. Some of you will be like, well, okay, what do I go live with today? So say you set your room up and you have your walls of jewelry, or say you have an extra bathroom and you turn your bathroom into something so you can show jewelry. Sometimes the overwhelm is, I don't know what I'm going to show today, or I don't know what jewelry I should post. Now, I love a program called List Randomizer. And what that is, it's like Wheel of Names. It creates a list for you in random order. I did this a couple of years ago. I've been following this. I bet it's been 3 or 4 years now, but I put everything in there. Red bracelet, red necklace, red earrings, through every color. Paparazzi has 16 different colors: necklace, earrings, bracelets, and rings. And then we have hair accessories, right? And then we have urban and men's. Like, you could totally go crazy with it. I did that about 3 years ago, and I still have this. I don't know if y'all can see this. It's kind of bright. But basically, can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. That light, see, I'm using this light. Let me shut it off and see if that helps. So the light definitely is bright. Do you see the difference? So on here, it has all of those things, right? So at the top, it says blue necklace, gun earrings, urban necklace, brass. So the list randomizer put everything, it randomized the list for me, all those colors. So mixed it up, right? So I know, say today, I would do blue necklaces on the wall shop, the fast show. And then tomorrow I would do the gunmetal earrings, because that's what's next. It keeps me on track. So I'm not always doing blue necklaces because I love blue necklaces. And a week from now, I might be like, well, what should I show? Well, what was happening to me is I would never show the brass because brass wasn't my favorite at the time. I would forget to show, say, black rings or something like that. Like it would be something silly, but this keeps you on tasks to post, you know, a different color every day for, I think it says 73 days, right? So it's 73 different that you can have, right? So white earrings, gold earrings, black earrings, all of the different things, it mixes them up for you. It just helped me stay on task. So I don't think a lot into it when I know I need to go live. If I know I need to go live each day for a quick show, but I don't spend a lot of time thinking about what I'm going to show unless somebody says, hey, Jen, will you show hoop earrings? Well, if they want hoops, then I'll go around and pick out all the hoops I have and do a countertop show just for them. But you know, sometimes you get a lot of people with requests, but a lot of times you don't. They just want to see what you have. You can mix it up. You can be like, well, I'm going to show everything I have with hearts, and go around your jewelry and get all those heart things together, or everything you have that has, gosh, I don't know, stones. I mean, you could really have fun with it, but don't think too much into it. Write yourself a list, tweak it as you go. But continue. It's basically like a traditional job, what you got to do every day. That's a color you have to do every day. This is super easy to make. If you need help with one of these, you can say Jen's list and I will help you create one of those, because I'm thinking about revamping mine after about 3 years now. But same thing is what I'm posting in albums, what I'm posting on my shoppers group and my live shows. So I do all of those things. If y'all have any questions, drop them below. Becky's on. Hello. Tammy says she takes her jewelry everywhere. That's awesome. And she sells a lot in doctor's appointments. Awesome. Hey, Becky. We got 2 Beckys on. Hey, Becky's. If you guys found a nugget, a gold nugget, drop it below. I love to hear what you guys learned, or something that you're like, ooh, I like that idea. Definitely share it below. It makes my heart smile, for one. And then next week, Tuesday is 4th of July, but since I'll be home, I'm going to keep our training on that Tuesday. Just because Monday, I'm sure we're doing something. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all soon.